Hello there, Inconvenient Panda back again for some more Casual Craft Season 4. I've been doing a bit of mining. Not too much, but you can see why I really enjoy this hammer. The only downside of the hammer is you end up with a lot of cobblestone, but I'm going to show you just a nice, quick, easy way to deal with all this cobble. Just place it in your inventory like that with a pocket crafting table and compress cobblestone. Thanks, extra utilities. Yeah. And you can get your cobblestone back. You can also compress it further, but I mean you can go a lot actually. But I don't need to do that. So yeah, then you can just sort of just keep going. But I need just a regular pick. And luckily for me, I found quite a few sapphires. And for those of you who remember Red Power 2, sapphires can be made into basic tools. Which is cools. Unless you fools. Hammer. Hammer does a bit of damage. Keep that in mind. If you don't have any other weapons handy, like I never seem to. For some reason. Oh, there's a zombie. He's coming for me. Oh, there's another one. Go away. Bugger off. Get out of it. Yeah. Hey, so you do. That one had a sword. Take this real quick. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. But I need some sticks. I'll just make this like that. That and bam. Sapphire pick. Now a sapphire pickaxe is it's basically the same as an iron pick. It can mine the same stuff, so you can't get obsidian. But what you can do with it, words. But it's as fast as a diamond pick. It just can't mine obsidian. I believe, unless the Project Red people have done something incredibly different. Which, they could have. I don't know. But after doing a bit of mining, I've sort of realized that I need a house. So I'm going to build one. Yay! So just this little, there's a little, it's a bit little. I don't really want to make it out of cobblestone, to be perfectly honest. This tree's in the way. Bam! Ah, lumberjacks. How you cheer me up. Yeah. And now so I'll build. Just build out of wood. I think wood's good. Now the only problem with this is, yeah, it doesn't like that. So I guess I'll just keep that handy. How tall am I going to make this? Probably this tall. Does that look 3 tall? I probably want 1 more tall. Because of all the things I'll be putting inside here. Might be worth having a bit of extra headroom. Might be worth. I'm not sure. Possible. Yeah, that's what I'm doing this episode. Building a house. Or more of a factory sort of deal. I will. Yeah, it'll be sort of a house as well. So whatever. I have a hard time placing blocks apparently. Yeah. I've got my mouse plugged in and charging, and for some reason, it acts a bit weird when it's charging. Like, it's like the sensitivity just sort of randomly goes up and down. I think it's something to do with it being charged, because it only happens whilst being charged. And as a result, I will misplace a few blocks here and there, but yeah. We will deal with it. Yeah, don't need to wait for that to decay. I'm sure you're using a lot of wood on this. I hope it turns out all right. Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. Yeah. Yeah, that's looking terrible. I'll make it look better later. I'm terrible at building nice-looking things. Gotta be honest. That's why I like playing with mods. Because in vanilla Minecraft, basically all you do is build nice-looking things, and I'm terrible at that. So, yeah. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. Yeah. But, yeah, I will build more rooms and whatnot as I need them. Of course. Yeah. Like that. A bit more there. Out of here. Leaves. Leave me alone. Ha ha ha. Punny. Yeah, right. Yeah. I'll just cover this up. So no spitters will be able to get in. I don't lick spitters. Yes, I don't lick spitters. You heard it here first, folks. Yay, I made a box. What should I make the floor out of? I'll probably just go with stone brick, I guess. Now, that's gonna bug me. Oh well. Might want to go for an alternate light source. I'll figure something out. But I'll deal with the floor later. When I actually can be bothered. Okay, time to move a few things in. Yeah. The cobblestone. It's gonna bug me knowing it's there. It's gonna bug me. Bug me. Bug. So, crafting table. Chess. That's right, you can't really put chests next to each other. How many chests do I need? So I can have 6 at the back. I'm just thinking. Thinking I might want to do that. Just maybe. But first, what I want to make is thing. What do I want to make? That's the question. I think I'm going to go with thermal expansion. It's because it's the easiest way. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have all that many resources, so thermal expansion will definitely be the way. I gotta grind this stuff up a bit. So I'm gonna need to make a steam dynamo. Trying to think. I'm gonna definitely want a pulverizer. That's sort of the whole point of the system. I mean, this early on anyway, is to have that going. What else do I need? I'm just gonna need to process pretty much all my resources. It's really what I'm gonna need to do. Yeah, I'm gonna remove like most of the trees because enemies spawn underneath them. It looks cool with all the trees, but the bad guys just ain't worth it. So I'm just gonna get myself some charcoal and sleep through the night. So I'm gonna need lead, silver, copper, gold, tin. I'm gonna need just a bit of everything. Come on. Can only sleep at night. You can only sleep at night. You can only sleep at night. There we are. Sleepering. Yeah. Silver first, I guess. I'm gonna need 4 iron. Like a golf club. 4 glass. Need a bit of gold. Can just sort of do that now. Gonna need to find more gold. I know there's more down in my strip mine, but I think is my response there. Do I have lead? Yep. I'll grind that up. And then tin, I guess. Yes. Oh, you're done. We're going there. Halfway done. So, how's your day been? Hmm. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, mine's been not bad, I suppose. Can't complain. Oop, broke the sticks. Great. Silver, do lead. Sticks, gonna need a few more. Yeah. 10. Get that going. You're done. Get some more charcoal. Quite like charcoal because it's easy to get with the lumber axe. Yeah. Probably should cut this out, but I really don't like cutting things out. I really don't. It mainly comes from the people I watch. I like it when they don't cut things out, even if it is a bit boring and oddly silent. Might have to put like a little bit of music in or something. Probably won't though. Probably should, probably won't. You know how it is. Okay, so here we go. what I'm crafting is a machine frame. It's a thermal expansion thingamajig, but it's used to make stuff like the furnace, the pulverizer, induction. It's made. Yeah, you need it to make all the things, and it can also be used in a machine uses power suits crafting recipe. That's good to know. I did not know that. What I need now is I need redstone. Dang it! Well, I guess I'm going to do the rest off camera. I'm just going to process the ores that I've already got, like all of them, and then start building things. All right, guys. So I've spent probably the better part of 2 hours mining and grinding. This thing takes forever, but that's kind of the point, so I'm not really worried about it. But now I think we finally have enough materials to actually do something with, which, looking pretty good. So the first thing I want to make is a pulverizer. So I'm going to need a piston. So I'm just going to grab, stack each of that. We do this a little bit differently. So, pulverizer, get a piston. No, not yet. Oh, that's lead. There we go. So, need a piston. It's always good to have a few spare. Next part will be that, which requires gold. Just like that. And then it should be just a simple matter of assorting a few things. And here you can see why I love the pocket crafting table. It's just done. It's just done now. It's done. So the pulverizer will do the exact same job as the grindstone, except I need to power it. And for that, I'm going to use the steam dynamo. So it's just copper and a little bit of silver. It's by no means the best way of going about it, but it's pretty good for early game. So how do I make these? I make these with some sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, want a bit more than that. Come on, mouse, stop lagging. Stop lagging a bit, the place. So now copper. Bam. That should be everything. A steam dynamo. Now the steam dynamo is an interesting beast because basically you put coal in it and it will work, but it needs to be supplied with water. So I'm going to need a way of supplying it with water, which is where the fun comes in. And I'm going to just skip over a few explanations of things and just sort of build. So I'm going to need glass, redstone. Oh, yeah. So 2 glass, 2 iron, and a bit of redstone. Get me a pneumatic servo. Yes. And then from there, I just need another machine frame, and I will need a third one, so I'll just... Well, a third counting the one we've already used. So I'll just make those now. Alright. Just sleep through the night real quick. I also cut down a few trees as well, as you can see from floating beehives. I'll deal with those later. I can't be bothered getting them now. I don't have anywhere to put them. Don't have anywhere to put them. So, 2 bits. I'm going to need a bucket. You can make buckets out of tin, but I think you're much better off using iron, considering the amount you'll be getting of it. The iron, that is. So just like this, and that gets us the aqueous accumulator. Now what that'll do is essentially just generate water for us in a very easy to control manner. So I'm going to need a bucket or two of water, which will become apparent once I start actually placing all this stuff down. Yeesh. So next, I don't necessarily need this bit, but I like having it anyway. So I'm going to need a bit of clay. Yeah, 16 will do. But I'm going to make a redstone furnace, which will work from the same power that the dynamo gives off. But the interesting thing about the power is that it can be stored in energy cells. And I'm going to create one of those as well. Maybe. I need electrum. What's electrum? That's silver and gold dust. Luckily, I should have. So you just combine that, get some of that, and a bloop, and a bloop. So that'll get me some electrum. Then I just need copper, block of redstone. I'm sort of running a bit lowish on redstone. Oh well. It's for a good cause. So that gets us the energy cell frame. So now I will prepare that. Grab this. Boop. Then it's a simple matter of combining all this stuff to get an empty energy cell. Now, how do we transfer the energy around? That's going to be done with, what are they called? Conduits. Where are they? Here they are. We're going to be using the most simple one, which is a leadstone conduit. I've forgotten what it looked like. Glass in the middle. And 2 bits of lead. Gets us 6 of them. So now the last part. Get some bricks. And nope. Didn't mean to do that. Furnace. Just need a bit of gold. That's electrum, you idiot. Not gold. Yeah. Unbelievable. Copper and a bit of redstone. So, like that. Bit of redstone. The machine frame. 2 bits of copper. And a furnace. So now I have all the things that I need at the moment to get the most basic sort of setup going. What I will do is I shall move the door. Yep, just like that. Because I want things to sort of be on the other side, so to speak. So, first, I'm going to put down the pulverizer. Boop. And got a lovely little interface there, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Next to it, the redstone furnace. Yay! Now what I need to do, sort of get under it a bit. I have a shovel for this. So I'm going to hook both of these up to a power line, which will be fed from the leadstone energy cell, which will be powered by steam dynamo. Let's just get down a bit. Which will be... let's see, where do I want this bit? Probably just here. And I've forgotten to make something, unfortunately. But let's talk about this. The aqueous accumulator. Over time, it generates water. Not very much. If you put 2 water sources either side of it, or pretty much on any 2 faces, it generates a lot of water a lot quicker. It's quite good. It's quite good, that. Yeah. So I'll just build a little way up. So what I need is a fluid duct. Yes. No, that one. So, bit of lead, some copper. Fortunately, it's all over there. See, I thought I had everything ready to go, but apparently not. Almost. Almost. A bit of copper. That gets us 6 of them. On sprint, you fool. I'm also going to want blocks of coal. Yes. Probably not all of them at once, but can't hurt to have them nearby at least. So we connect the fluid duct up to there, and you can see in the bottom left it says it has water in it. If I place it there, it says it's empty. And to retrieve them, if you place them somewhere silly, shift, right click, crescent hammer. Same goes for all thermal expansion stuff. But if we check in here, you can see the water filled into the steam dynamo. Now, won't worry about these little tabs, but if you click on them, it sort of shows you what you can do with it. There's a tutorial. Yeah. But the aqueous accumulator, if we come over here, we can see the configuration. Now, this is relative to the sides of the block, dependent on the way you place it. So, there's the front of the block. If I do that, it's probably the worst block to show how this works. Ooh, copper. Probably getting a bit dark. If I come underneath, you can see that face is blank. If I just click that bit there, now that face is orange. And the color is important. Orange is an output color. So I want to output this water to the top. So it goes into these tubes, which just pump into that. Now you don't need to configure the steam dynamo. It should know what it's doing. I'll just quickly grab a bit. Oh no, there's more of it down here. Let me just... Goodness, that's dark. Yeah. But that's that taken care of. So, now we have this thing. So if I put some fuel in there, a block of coal, it builds up steam. Once it has enough steam, it starts generating RF. Now, RF is redstone flux. It is what will power these machines. As you can see, there's a corresponding little charge meter there. So this is the charge that it's building up. Now, currently, it has nowhere to go because, well, this is essentially just a battery. It'll just store 400,000 RF, whereas this can only really store 40,000, and it will slowly dissipate over time, whereas this won't dissipate. Won't worry about those max outputs just yet. But if we go to the configuration, you'll see the bottom is an output, so it can't receive the power that this thing's generating. But if I switch that to an input color, which is blue, it starts receiving the power through the tube, or the conduit. So now we want to output that same power to these machines. So just a click there to make it... Is that the right color? Nope. Oh, you can see there that it's like physically disconnected. So if I click it again, it reconnects. So, and now that should be, like that should appear frozen, but that's because it's getting pumped into these machines, which have their own internal little energy buffer, as you can see. Now, come up here, and we can do the same configuration with this thing. Now, the way the pulverizer works is if you shift and left click in the middle, it deactivates all the faces, so it's all nice. Now, you don't have to tell it where the power is coming from. It's pretty clever about that. But what we want to do is, if I put some copper in here, we can pulverize up the copper. I'm also going to go to the redstone furnace and go like that. But here we've got stuff in the little slots. This little slot here is a bonus slot. If I click the recipes thing, it can sort of see what's going on. If I were to pulverize silver from any mod, well, factorization or thermal expansion, they're the only two with silver apparently, I will definitely 100% of the time get 2 pulverized silver. And I'm getting attacked by a zombie. Inconsiderate zombie. Get out of here. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Copper will also output gold. Now if I say set the furnace to input, the furnace is simple. You put stuff in here, it gets smelted and gets put out there, and it uses RF to do that. If I put the input to the left and put this one's output, so that's the input, that's the output to the right, it'll just shoot it across for me straight into the furnace and cook it up. But also this slot, if I left click again, it'll select that slot to go across. So when there's room in this, it'll jump across. But if I left click again, it'll go, both these slots will output to this slot's input. And you can do that on multiple sides as well. Right clicking goes backwards through the slots. Left clicking goes forwards through them, if that makes sense. But you can see it's like stuck it across, but now there's nowhere for this copper to go. But if I put a chest and then set the output to there, it automatically gets put in the chest for me. What the bloody hell was that? Anyway, now what I could do at this point, so I don't have any ores with me, unfortunately, but if I make myself a hopper, but placed it wrong. So if I place a hopper on top, look, using shift right click, I can put a bunch of stuff in the hopper, and that's from vanilla Minecraft, so I hope you know how that works. But then I set the input to the top. So what I can do is put one ore in there and then the rest of them in there. And then over a little bit of time, it'll automatically pulverize and cook all the stuff. And you can see that one block of coal actually produces a lot of RF. Now, what's the deal with the output RF? Well, these machines will use different amounts of RF depending on the machine. So this machine will use 40 RF per tick. This one will use 20. That's a total of 60 RF. This outputs at 80. So that outputs fast enough. Now leadstone outputs 80. That's just what it does. So these tubes or conduits can only like send 80 to these machines. So even if, and you can also decrease this for some reason. I've literally never found it useful. But if this were able to output 100, these conduits can only process 80, so it's something to keep in mind for later when we have more machines. And as you can see, there are quite a few of them. I very rarely use the sawmill, but induction smelter, magma crucible, and fluid transposer are definite machines I will be 100% using. Also probably dig out some sort of basement area. Yeah, so we've run a bit over time, but there was a lot to talk about in the last couple minutes. So, next episode, I'll probably build the next couple machines that I need. And I say probably because that requires... Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Yeah, this requires nether brick, which means a trip to the nether at some point, which means obsidian. So I guess next episode I'll be trying to get to the nether. But I have been and still am the Inconvenient Panda. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.